So, leader, Rigathi lacks empathy and remorse. He is dancing on the grave of a patriot and trying to make political capital out of the death of a statesman. Raila, Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. May his soul continue resting in eternal peace. When Baba died and he was being buried in Bondo, all the leadership of this country, both in the government and in opposition, were present. Did you see anyone looking like Rigathi Gachagua there? Up to today, he has not even gone to the family of Raila to tell them Pole. That's the same guy who wants to use Raila in statements here and there. Bure kabisa. It is in public domain that it is Rigathi who made an attempt on Raila's Odinga's life during the 2023 demonstrations, when he instructed security officers to aim at him. To date, he has never mourned Raila. It's a fact he hated Raila with a passion. I rarely listen to Rigathi Gachagua. I don't listen to him at all. But I just saw a few things he said today on social media. And he said that ODM is dead. I'm wondering, what does Rigathi know about ODM? Because him and ODM cannot be in the same sentence. Rigathi Gachagua is one man who has forgotten what he was 2 years ago. When ODM was in the streets fighting for the rights of Kenyans in 2023, Rigathi Gachagua is the man who summoned security officers in his office at 5 a.m. in the morning and told them to go and assassinate Baba. And Baba survived by the grace of God somewhere in Islam. The same guy is today telling us that he wants to talk to us about Baba. Rigathi Gachagua is the same man who said that his disagreement with President Ruto began after President Ruto started engaging ODM and Raila Odinga. The same man today wants to tell us about ODM and Baba. Rigathi Gachagua is the man today telling us about General Ogola. Is the same man who went to President Ruto and told him, don't appoint this man as the CDF, the Chief Defense Forces. He is a Luo, he is a Mutinia, he can do a coup, he can remove this guy. The same guy today has the audacity to come and tell Kenyans about General Ogola. You know, shame has no name. We have to give shame now the name of Rigathi Gachagua. We have to give the name of shame. If shame is to be given a name in this world, then we have to give it to Rigathi Gachagua. Rigagun. You know, the opposition in this country has been reduced to the level of Rigathi Gachagua. It's very we are in a very sorry and sad state of affairs in this country. Yeah. Look at the kind of opposition we used to have in this country. And look at the garbage today we are listening to as opposition. Filthy. Talking about communities, ukabila, tribalism, you know, shares, what? That is how the opposition has been reduced to. It's very sorry side of state. God willing, we will have a proper opposition in the near future. People who will deal with issues affecting Kenyans in a proper manner. Not an extortionist who is extorting money all the way from aspirants of MCA in DCP to members of parliament, to governors, to senators. I know why he's ranting today. It's because of what happened in Naivasha the last 2 days. He saw the numbers. He saw the numbers. He saw the force. He saw the organizational. You know, now he has realized he's only working with 3 people. A man who cannot shave his beard, and another one, we don't know what he is, just making noise here in Kiambu. So he's scared, I know. And I know he will get, I knew yesterday, with those numbers, Rigathi will get scared, and he'll start maligning people's names. You know, long time in parliament here, in the old constitution, members of parliament used to be told to go get proficiency in English or Swahili. It's high time now we introduce a bill in this parliament that psychiatric test must be done on leaders. You go to Dr. What is his name? Dr. Njen Franka, and you get a certificate. Because imagine having a madman like Gashagua in a leadership position. You know, madness is not removing clothes only. You can be dressed with a suit and a tie and you're a madman. You're a madman. He cannot talk about public debt. I saw him talking about public debt today. He is incompetent to talk about public debt. He lacks the elementary understanding of economic management. When he was the deputy president, He considered that he lacked the understanding of economics in public. You remember? He said, "Mimi sijui mambo ya economics." That is why he never ever participated in any single meeting on economic recovery. He was in shock that we had taken over a government as broad-based, where inflation was high, the exchange rate was high, and the country was almost defaulting on its debt with empty public coffers. Kenya's economy is now growing at 5%, higher than the global average of 3.3% of Africa, which is 3.8%. The IMF now ranks Kenya as the 6th largest economy in Africa. Of course, this is beyond Rigath's comprehension. That's the truth. Rigathi claims that government-to-government agreement on fuel supply is fraud. Further reveals how clueless he is on matters global affairs. Kenya is the only country in the region that has managed a steady supply of fuel, thanks to G2G, which is now being adopted by neighboring countries. Rigathi is on a fishing expedition. Desperate for attention, to salvage his dwindling political virtues, disillusioned by his lack of national influence and bleak political future. He's a liar, a cheat, a conman, a political turncoat. A conman, callous and extremely unpatriotic. No wonder he has a dark heart. Lastly, I want to say this, and this one I want to make it very clear to him. ODM, my party, will never be in any formation that has Rigathi Gachagua inside. For now, into the future, and even for the next 50 years, if he's still alive. So stop talking about ODM. We will never be with you. And if ODM is dead, as you are saying, why are you talking about it? If ODM is dead, why are you talking about it? Do we normally talk about dead people? No. Why are you talking about a dead thing? He knows ODM is not dead. He knows very well that he has lost this plot. He wants us to be in the street and continue being in government until we removed him here for gross violation of the Constitution. If an impeachment motion is brought tomorrow again against Rigathi, we will still do it. With this kind of character I'm seeing here, we will even do it. By the way, lastly, there is a story I want to share with Kenyans about Rigathi. You know, after the election, this is a very sad, true story. After the election, when we went to the demonstrations, when ODM went to the demonstrations, and things were very bad, and the country was going to the dogs, the President of the Republic of Tanzania, on our own initiative, decided to come here and do arbitration between President Ruto and the former Prime Minister, my former party leader. I traveled personally. She came to Nanyuki at Mount Kenya Safari Club. I traveled personally with the former Prime Minister to Nanyuki and met President Suluhu. And the following day, we were supposed to meet there President Ruto. When we were waiting for President Ruto the following day, President Ruto called President Suluhu and he said that my deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua, has told me you cannot go to that meeting. If you go, I will resign as a deputy president. So he said, I might end up coming to solve a crisis in Nanyuki, but I might create another crisis in my government. So please, let us look for another way to deal with this matter. President Ruto is alive. I am alive. It's only majority is there. That is why ODM can never forgive Rigathi Gachagua. Yes. Because he wanted death and destruction for ODM. He did not want peace. And the country. President Suluhu is alive. Yes. President Ruto is alive. Junet is alive, who traveled with my party leader. Shungwa is alive, who was at State House with his leader. And he said, if you go to that meeting, imagine a foreign president came all the way. She landed in Nanyuki to create peace and to arbitrate and to say that this is our neighbor, can we discuss? Gashagua refused. He said, if you go there, I am going to resign as deputy president of Kenya. So we told President Ruto, don't create another crisis, let's look for another formula, and we will still talk. And we still talk, and we still form the broad base. And we are going to form more government before the future. Thank you very much.